Welcome. My name's Brian Knight, and I live near Melbourne in Australia, and it is just after 5 o'clock in the morning on a Thursday. Hmm, gosh, Thursday already. Wait, let me just share this. Sorry. Welcome to this live FOREX analysis session. Just note any trades discussed in this group are to be classed as educational only, and that's because we're a group of people helping each other, and we are not financial advisors. So please only take trades that you're happy to take based on your own analysis. There is a full risk disclosure and a little bit about us as live session traders and the traders in this little group. We trade what's called a relaxed trading method, longer term. So yeah, all right, let's go and have a look at charts. Let's see. Yep. Okay, so we'll just go down through the pairs. We'll see if anyone joins us today. So it is ADCAD. Now, I've been in this for sell for a while. It's popped up to here. Let's see if, and normally what happens is if there's world unrest, the AUD tends to sell out. Um, and now that there might be some sort of ceasefire in the Middle East, the Aussie dollar may be coming back slightly. But anyway, if you see on the Renko bricks, it's only just coming up to that sort of last. Let's go. Hang up. It's for there, and we'll just we'll see. Anyway, um, we have a long, but we'll just see what occurs this week anyway. Potentially, they were talking last night about I think the 8th of July. So it's only like I don't know, a couple, not even 2 weeks away, but there'll be a rate decision here. So, and potentially lowering the interest rate, and inflation was only 1.7 in Canada. So that is good news to a certain extent. That may lower the interest rate there. So, and we have our inflation coming down as well. ADCHF. Now that's sold out. I'm still in that trade. Ooh, where is it there? So, a good 4% on that one so far. I got in over here somewhere on the 15th of May. Bang, came back, dropped off, came back, dropped off. We'll just see. All right, 80 JPY. That's just been going sideways. I'm not really too concerned. I'm looking for that to sell. All right, 80 NZD in the sell for that. That's good. Pushed up and then dropped off again. So nice. Hopefully Tom got into that. There's a sellout down there. All right, 80 Singapore. That pushed back up. I'm waiting for that. Put in a sell stop, but I might move it up. We'll just see how we go. Um, but it's making a nice sort of a lower lows. So just see that one. We'll be getting ready. This is pushed back up. I'm looking for that to. It may continue out. Just the US dollar has it been, or isn't really traveling that well. Done that. That's to come. Personal. This one. Jobs. Okay. Um. Next week should be non-farm payroll too. See how that turns out. Right. CAD and CHF. Looks like that CAD is weakening off against the Swiss franc. I didn't get into that sell, but I really should have done something. Anyway, too late now, I think, to think about that. Tom probably got into the sell on it. It's been selling out for so long, too. Anyway, Maybe it's coming for there, and then it'll pull back, and then we'll see. Anyway, all right, KJ. These Japanese yens are still not really still pushing up, but it's just not against the Japanese yen. Just not something we'll just see. Potentially one, two, there. I should put a buy stop in on that one. Okay, CHF that took off. No, I was waiting for a pullback before I got in, but anyway, it's done the pullback there. No, good idea to so yeah, we go market execution on that one. Okay, you're AUD. Mm, even look at that. It might pull back a bit further, but just well, it has pulled back, and now it's coming off again. So, or coming up again. Anyway, price is slightly lower than where price is. Anyway, we'll just see that Euro CAD. Oh, that took off. See what happens. Anyway, okay, Euro CHF. Look at the Euros, some of them taken off, and like here, CHF obviously is stronger. I'd like to have in here because it hasn't wanted to break that. We'll see. See how they're coming closer together, closer. It'll either come out up or down. I think the euro. Anyway, we'll see. Euro GBP. That also is coming back a bit. I'm looking. Oh, that's all right. There, maybe. We'll see it come back up and take off that top. So if I can get it a bit earlier. Euro JPY. That one's ready to go too. Audio, Euro NZD. Euro pull back just that bit. 3. We'll see if it turns. It might go down further. So if it does, I'll be able to put a buy stop in there. Euro Singapore. Should have been in that one. Just take that. All right, well, let's see if it comes back there. Okay, Euro USD. It's going off again. I'm going to take that. Oh, the GBPs. Where are they? GA. Yes, it doesn't want to go to. I think it will go through there, but we'll see. GCAD, that should go. Yeah, yeah, that went crazy. Give me that wrong way. Just going to take that out. Just take it and pull back. We'll just see what the pullback is. Three there. UVPCHF, I'm actually in this for the sell, but it's just playing around here now. Um, here crossing and dropping off. Anyway, see the GCAD is the other way, so I got knocked out of that one, but that's okay. UVPCHF GJ. Get ready for pullback, but anyway, we'll see. GN. Hmm. We'll put a buy stop in there, I think. Oh yeah, GBP and Singapore. That took off as well. It's good. There's been some movement. GU should have taken off as well. Yeah. Lovely. Oh, New Zealand dollar against Canadian. Let's see how we go. Let's take that. Sell stop in there. Right, crossed over there. Come back. Bottom back up. Anyway, over sell stop will continue. It doesn't really matter. NZDCHF. Push sell stop in there. I'll get back NZDJPY. See if it does a little pullback. I think it could take anyway. NZD USD. That's taken off as well. I must be loving this. See what happens. Singapore Japanese yen. That also too. UCAD. Am I in this? No. Oh, get ready to get in. Sell out. Okay. I'm in USD for the sell. That's great. Bum, bum. Um, I've done that already. That was my entry. Yeah. USD. No, I really want to get in USD Singapore. I'm in this for the sell. Now, hang on, where am I? Oh, yeah, just now. Oh, good. Yeah, somewhere there. Kick me in. Welcome, Darren. How are you?
All right, sorry, you're working late there.
No, 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 Mr. Sharpshooter. It's okay.
Yeah.
Early days, eh?
Yeah.
Um,
I need to
how's
decide what I'm doing with my regular trading, sort of get back to that. I'm not
it?
all
You just,
trades are now closed. Gold came back, and
yeah,
so that sort of petered out. Um,
I
yeah,
must be in heaps. I've just gone through all the pairs and now on
yeah.
gold, but like, oh, yeah, it's pulled back. That's right.
Oh, I need to have need to try and look at this trend bar again.
Yeah,
A bit of
yeah,
a
okay.
rethink.
So what's happening with your EAs? How many have you got running?
Um, got four, and then forget the Euro CHF one back on board. That'll be five.
Right. Gosh,
So I'm diving in there, aren't I?
that is serious. Yeah. It's very interesting. Last night, the guy was saying like, "Ah, no, none of these EAs, they'll all crash and burn." Yeah, yeah. And I'm going like, really? Okay.
Yeah.
But
Except theirs. Except theirs.
except there, except theirs, yeah. I just go like, really? It's still an EA, like what's the?
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, all right. Okay, we'll have to have a look at. So you got sharpshooter. What else? You got,
Sharp shooter.
which is what, done doing multiple pairs or?
No, it's just on Euro USD. I mean, it's
Okay, it's only on your USD, yeah.
these are really quick, sort of in and out.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Sharp
It's all
trade.
scalp. It's a scalping one, yeah.
Absolutely, it is. So we've got sharpshooter.
Yeah.
I've got FX Eternals,
FX Eternals, yeah.
which is on US exclusively on USD CAD.
Okay.
So that is up 1.5% since um, 11th of June.
Okay. Yeah.
So
The,
it's sort of in that, this 1 to
yeah,
3%
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
keep
yeah.
talking about, don't they?
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah, exactly.
not overly aggressive, which I think
Yeah,
is
but
what.
if you've got 1% on, 200,000, it's
Yeah,
still a considerable amount. Like that's the thing. It depends on the capital amount to,
it does. Yeah, it does. But I mean,
yeah.
even if that does 2 to 3% a month, when you compound that, obviously, I mean that
Yeah.
over 12 months.
Yeah, yeah.
is sort of 30% or whatever, but compounded
Yeah,
it's more, 40,
yeah,
40,
yeah,
50% or whatever. So
yeah.
an account could grow quite nicely doing that. So yeah, so there's FX Eternals, Sharpshooter.
Are both of those from, which ones are from EA Academy?
Um, but both of those EA Academy, yeah, they're both
Okay.
EA
Yeah, yeah,
reviewed.
yeah.
Um, Thingies, and what are the others? They're on MT5, and on MT4, I've got uh, Dark
Are you,
Algo.
you got the Dark Elgo. Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Dark Algo.
That's from EA Academy, yeah.
And then one that's nothing to do with the Academy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's called FX Proctor.
And what's it running?
That's on. That's doing quite well actually. That's on Euro USD and AUD USD.
Okay.
Um, but I sort of look. That is that's up about 4.5% since just launched that one. 27th of May. So
Okay. Oh,
a
it's
month
not that
now.
long.
Um,
That's not even a month. That's it is a
yes,
month. Not quite,
virtually
yeah,
a
it
month.
is. Yeah.
On that one, I would say um, the recovery trades. This is where you got to sort of
Yeah.
watch and see how comfortable you are. The lot sizes go up quite aggressively.
Yeah, yeah.
Recovery trades. So I'm just looking at that one. I don't know on that one. So that's my observation. Um,
And that's what you need to do, don't you? Just
yeah, yeah,
trial them up and do things. So you're running these on a VPS?
yes,
Okay.
BPS. And then the other one that at the moment is turned off, which is the Euro
Yes,
CHF
yeah,
one,
Jeff. Yeah.
that's called FX Fortnight.
Yeah, yeah. That's from EA Academy, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is.
Or
Yeah,
or an associated thing.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
not. It's just
yeah,
one that they have in the collection. Okay.
yeah.
Yay, yay, yay. Okay. Mm, okay.
Yeah.
And any of them are sort of a low drawdown that allows you to maybe use a profit or a funded account?
Um, well, they would all so far they're all well within the 10%, which POW require for their funded accounts.
Yeah,
None
but
of
that's
them.
power, but any of the other ones, like some of the others are only like three, five,
Yeah,
7.
yeah. No, I'm not really giving much thought to that. I think um, yeah, Lex Proctor that got to about I think that got to about 5% the other day before the recovery trade sort of kicked in.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Depends how far it goes. That's right.
you'd
Well, the
have to
other one was that one
you'd
that
have to go
we,
with really low initial lot
yeah,
sizes,
yeah,
the low risk factor to get through one of the prop firms. I would
yeah.
think.
Yeah, looking at that one that was, with his disc, it's like 800 euro, 800, no, US. Um, that has that like 3% drawdown.
Yeah,
But yeah, it just depends because really it's about amount of capital. And if you can get a prop firm of, I don't know, 100K, 200K or whatever account, then, and you keep a low drawdown, but you can still get your 1, 2% a month. It's not
yeah.
that. And as long as they pay out and all that, you can't get any dodgy ones. So
Oh, oh.
hmm. Anyway,
I'm
all right.
sort of, my sort of thinking is that I hopefully, the profit, hopefully profit builds on some of these, and then might look to get another EA perhaps, and move the profits from the existing ones into the new one to open that one. That's the sort of thing,
Yeah,
simple idea I've got in mind is how I might build up a
yeah,
bit of a portfolio of them, and then just keep
yeah.
spreading that.
And then the ones that are dud, you just feed them off the back end
Yeah, yeah.
and find better ones or ones other things. So this is the question, I suppose, too. Are you running them, any of them on demos? Are they all on
Uh,
live accounts?
those are all on like running on live accounts.
Oh,
Those.
wow. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And the thing is, most of them give you a number of licenses, though, don't you? You can run them
Yeah,
on actually several accounts.
you can, yeah. Yeah, that's right.
But you're only running them on one, each one.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. It's interesting because I suppose it's crazy, isn't it? I would maybe demo them to start with a little bit, but I
No,
suppose if,
no, that's a
no,
sensible thing to do. I suppose I'm
well, maybe not. Maybe it's not the sensible because then you waste your time with the demo bit and
yeah,
where you could be actually profiting from it.
yeah. Say on that FX Proctor one, that bothers me a bit. It's quite aggressive,
The recovery
the recovery. So I might sort of have a look at might reduce
settings.
risk further. I went with the sort of lower end of the recommended risk factor, so I might go lower than that. I mean, it's done 5%. If I reduce my risk and it does sort of 2 to 3%, but reduce the risk of obviously blowing the account, then that's something I might do. So that's just an
Yeah.
observation so far. Yeah,
One of the things that Howe was talking about, not the other night, but I've seen before. He really talks about building up your um, potential, and he talks about using a reputable prop firm and then diverting those funds
yeah,
that you make
indeed,
from
yeah,
there into your personal, where
yeah,
you can have, for example, more drawdown risk, not crazy, but
yeah,
more drawdown risk that wouldn't work in a prop firm. Welcome,
yeah,
Tom. That wouldn't work in a
Hey
prop
guys.
firm. So you're using the prop firm incomes or profits to run your personal, which could have a slightly more drawdown effect, which couldn't work, an
yeah,
EA that couldn't work in the
yeah,
prop firm, that you actually build on your personal.
yeah,
So it's sort of like what you're saying. You've got, say, Dark Algo or something, whatever, or whatever one might work on a prop that would then fund up this other one you're talking about that is a bit more aggressive in its recovery. So it would have a bit more drawdown to pull back, but it has potential to create, 3% or more. Do you know what I mean? With whatever you tone it down to.
yeah,
Um, but that's the sort of strategy which really resonates with me in how to run that type of setup. Hmm. Anyway, um, Tom, you there? Hey, you must be in lots of trades, Tom.
I'm in a few.
Yeah, because I just went through all the pairs. I'm going like, oh, shit, Tom will be in that. Tom will be in that. Tom will be in that. Tom will be in
I'm not in as many as you think, but I'm in quite a
that.
few. I
Yeah,
just haven't
yeah.
I haven't tagged into a lot of them yet. I'm in let's see, 12.
Oh, is that all? Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
up.
I've got,
I'm still up 9%.
yeah, lovely. Um, well, there's gold, as you said, Darren, pull back. Silver
Yeah.
did. We were just discussing, Tom, the EA situation. This is silver pushing back up a little bit. I'm not really, planning on getting into that. Bitcoin's pushed back up 107. But we'll see how far it pushes and that whole sort of thing. And then oil is just sucked itself back. Back at 65. Thank you very much.
Telling you, watch that middle bar
Yeah. You reckon it'll take that out?
or bounce to it.
There's such a gap there, isn't it?
Yeah. The thing is,
Massive
do you
gap.
see the candle with the wick there on the right
Well,
hand side?
there's a bloody lot with a wick. Oh, you mean this one down here?
No,
Or oh, you
on
mean
the right
over?
hand side.
Yeah, yeah. The
Yeah,
one up
see down
here.
at the bottom? See
Yeah,
that green wick right there? Yeah, that
yeah,
one
yeah,
right
yeah.
there. See it?
Yeah. Yeah.
If you mark out that middle bar across, it should not beat that wick. It's going to have to come to this other
Ah,
side
yeah, 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 yeah.
before it bounces out.
You reckon down here?
So it's got to be above that middle bar, that
Yeah,
middle
yeah,
brick,
yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
it's going to
There,
have to clear this green wick without breaking it
somewhere down here, you
because
reckon? Okay.
everything else is taken, which would give you an inverted fair value gap.
It could even be further down because, well, I'm just looking
Oh, of course it could be
because
further down.
what you've got is you've got a wick high there and a wick low there, but not breaking the actual low.
Mhm.
So because this one here is still, it's the third one on from that high to that low wick. Does that make, I don't know if it makes sense to you,
It does
but
make sense. It makes sense that it didn't come down and break that either.
yeah, correct. And it didn't break that. So it's more
Exactly.
likely,
So that's
yeah,
why I'm saying if this is going to turn and push back up at all,
yeah, yeah,
it's going to have to be above that middle brick and it's going to have to be below that middle brick first,
mm,
even
mm,
if it's just a little wick on that side before it bounces off again. If it
mm,
pushes underneath that middle brick, pushes, pulls back, fails to beat that brick,
mm.
and then starts pushing off, then it's going to keep selling.
Yeah, it could even do that. That's right. I mean, you look at all the
That's why
figures
I'm
for
saying
that.
don't say like I'm saying, oh, it's gonna bounce right here. I'm
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
watch
yeah, yeah,
watch what
yeah,
happens right there with that middle
yeah.
brick.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, see, look
Anyway,
right there. Do you see up there in the middle? Do you see up there in the
up
middle? Go to
here,
your left. Go to your left, right there.
yeah,
Go
where
to
it's
your
pushed
left.
down and then back up.
Nope, nope. Go to the left. Nope, don't move the screen.
Oh, sorry. Over
Yeah,
here.
right there. Go to the middle brick right there. The middle brick.
Down. Oh, this one here.
No, in the middle. One, two,
Oh.
three, in the middle. Down to your left. Left. There you go, the middle.
Ah, okay, yeah.
Like I said, watch that middle brick. It will tell you
Yeah,
if it's going to push up or push down. It
yeah, and
pushed
it
up.
did. Yeah, it pushed
Look
up
where.
here, created the wick, and then it came back down here and then created this wick.
No, go back to the middle brick.
Yeah, that one.
It pushed off, and you got your blue bricks. It pushed down, you got your white bricks. Look where you pulled back to. Go straight across.
To the left or
Straight
right?
across.
To the right.
Yes. Keep going. One more. Look too far. Go
Oh.
back. Stop. You see the red wick to your right?
Yeah, yeah, this one here. Bang.
It takes out the middle brick. That's what, see the middle brick across?
Yeah.
If you go to the middle brick across that one,
Yeah.
go back to the middle over there.
Yeah. There.
Now go to the other middle brick.
That one.
Nope, left. Go
Oh,
back left.
oh, that one.
That one.
Yeah.
Now look at where that red wick came back up
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Yeah.
touched
Yeah. Yeah.
to the right.
Yeah. Yeah. Just here.
Nope, down, go over to the right. One more. One more. You see that red wick in there?
Yeah.
Nope, to your right. One more.
Another one there.
That one. That came back and tested that. That's why those turn blue. Because it's testing the middle bars. That's why I say when this comes down and it pulls back up and goes back down and pulls back up, watch that middle bar. It's going to tell you which way it's going to want to go.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I draw that box out across there. Once it checks that box, it's going to go.
Yeah. But then you've got rockets and orange
It doesn't
people
matter
and
because you got Powell, you got rockets, you got everything. I'm
yeah.
saying that it's just consistently looking at those middle
Yeah.
blocks to determine which way it's going to push away from the trend lines.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because every time you look and it pulls back, it's touching the trend line. Touch,
Yeah.
touch, touch, touch.
Yeah, I know. And then takes off.
Right, because it checks the middle box. Does that make sense?
Yeah, now it's into sell here because it's already like
Is
ting
it?
ting ting. Well, that's the way it is currently.
I'm saying you just got to watch that middle box right in the middle
Yeah. Yeah.
because it may pull down and wick, 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 and off you go.
Mm. Anyway, that's the oil. We'll just see. They've bumped the prices up a bit here already. It's like not much. And hopefully, if prices back down now like this, we won't get too much of a hike locally. But, hey, it's up to whatever. Well, in between EAs and between us trading, like I'm in, what am I in now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm only in 6 trades, Tom. I got kicked into that USD Singapore. It's break even stuff. I never got
Yeah.
to change it. Anyway, there's a few more I want to have a look at when I
Which
get.
which which Singapore? Which one is it?
Oh, it's USD Singapore. Sorry, USD Singapore, which you don't trade, so I understand. Here, I'll just show you there. So it kicked into the,
Into the short.
yeah,
Yep.
which I think will, yeah, because I was already in USD CHF. That's nice. Push back down.
Yeah, I just got into this one. I kind of wanted a little
Okay.
more confirmation. It was heading in the right direction.
Yeah, well, it's been going that way for a while, which is good too. You don't want to get in this sort of pullback situation, but yeah, at least get in. So Darren's still contemplating what he's doing.
Yeah.
He's been Mr. EA has been focusing on that for a
Yeah,
bit.
a bit sidetracked with that, so now I need to think about back to my sort of manual trading again.
Yeah.
Yep.
What I need to start doing.
Which I think is not a problem, Darren. I think also too, when just to add on our previous conversation, You know, you've got prop firm stuff, which then feeds into your personal stuff with EA, and then well, I think there should be your own personal trading as well.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got those sort of, for me, it's a sort of a three pillar type of um,
Yeah.
option there. So,
Yeah.
but I think the first bit about doing prop firm, you have to have some sort of an EA that has a really low drawdown to allow that to occur.
Yeah.
So, um, so I'll be looking at EA Academy for stuff there, but they've only that one that he was promoting, which is, as I said, 800 US to get into, which,
Mhm.
that's not, but it's 5 licenses or something. Do you run five, you know? Anyway,
Yeah. Quite tempted with this power though. Not
yeah,
immediately, certainly in the very near future, I think. I'd like to have a go at a funded account and
right.
siphon off
Okay.
profits of that. And
Yeah, and that's fair enough. That's a good way. But for me, currently, it's like, well, you as well, you've got the knowledge to be able to trade without having to, like, they tell you all this stuff you got. It's a bit like, I am Academy tell you, there's
yeah,
all of these options for you, but do you actually use it? Is
yeah,
the value there for you to maximize that, or is it just so you could get access into a funded account?
yeah, yeah,
But not only that, but you also understand when you install something that if you install it wrong, you can recognize it. Most people aren't
Yeah.
going to know to
Yeah.
make those adjustments.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
They're going to be at a complete loss.
yeah,
And that's the bad part about it, because those are the people you'll hear from going, these things just don't work.
Yeah.
And they're right. Out of the box, it's probably not going to work the way you think it is.
No. You need the battle scars.
Yeah, I actually did that. I actually did that when I first signed up for when I got into trading. Was
Mhm.
I had bought this program. It was something like you know, uh, this is when you buy, this is when you sell, this is when you set up your trade like this, and blah
Yeah.
blah blah. And I just had a whole screen full of indicators on there, and it was like I had no idea what I was looking at, no idea what I was reading. And they were like, you get a 15-day money back guarantee in like day 12. I was like, this thing just doesn't work. And I was just so pissed that they would sell me something that didn't work. And it's like, I had no idea it was in my own head, not knowing what even a trend line was,
yeah,
you know? So walking into an EA brand new, even I would be like, wait, am I doing this right? Wait a second. I
Yeah,
think
there
that's
is a
why a
bit of
lot of these different programs, like what Paul's doing, and uh, the other one that was that group that we were in, I think
yeah,
that's why all those things fail, because enough people don't
yeah,
know how to do it.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
It
yeah,
just kills it for everybody else.
yeah, yeah. And they tend to take you on the shiny object sort of thing, which is really, like to be frank about it, it's really the subscription that actually is
Oh,
you
of
know,
course it is. Of course it is.
it's what the analogy is like, gold miners like to go and buy picks and things. So don't be a gold miner. Sell picks and shovels.
Yeah, exactly. That's the
So
gold.
yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, I mean Darren's, I think all of us, well, at least Darren and I have got the know how to sort of work the bits behind. You don't know how it actually affects it, the actual setup of an EA. But at least you've got an idea that if you're talking about lot sizes or that sort of thing, at least you can have some ability to work it.
yeah,
Um, but again, a bit like what we saw the other night or last night, Darren. It's like, well, if it's not working, chuck it. Like even if you've invested some money in an EA and it's rubbish. But I think, this EA Academy has definitely got, they're selling picks and shovels to put the analogy. But
yeah.
at least
The
they're doing the
testing them out,
work.
the testing them.
Yeah,
Your benefits, they're doing a lot of the testing for you.
Yeah.
So you've
You're
got
the test subject.
No. That's not. It's actually not, Tom. It's the other way. I think
No,
where
I'm joking.
the value is they have to a certain extent tested things and giving you some tweaks within. Like when you get an EA and it's out of the box, it's just the way the person who's created it, the algo, has just this is what it is. Where they've in a certain way have said, well, look, we'll fine tune this through a process. And this is what, if you change this, do that a bit, then this will work much better
there
or
is a
more profitable.
there's a free one. There's a free version of Dark Titan. It's called. That's it's the same fellow who developed Dark Algo.
Oh, yeah.
There's a paid version, but I'm assuming it must be an older version. It's a free version. You can get it off MQL Marketplace.
Uh-huh.
And one of the chaps in that EA Academy, you if you do a bit of a search, you'll find he's done a video on that. He's been testing it himself for different settings, the free one, and getting some pretty good results. And that's completely free. That EA. So that's right. That's not bad. So have a look at that. It's
Okay.
tested on different time frames and sort of various things, different pairs, different time frames.
Well, you might want to demo that one.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway, well, maybe we'll look at some links for those sorts of things, Darren, in the chat. I mean, I'm willing to have a go. I've got VPS set up with some things,
Yeah.
so might be nice to trial some of that.
Yeah.
We'll see. Anyway,
Okay.
I better get myself going. It's the I am doing. I found out I am doing the reduced service, so I'm taking the primary school kids for tomorrow, Friday, and then all of next week, taking them in anyway.
Ooh.
So today's the last day of taking the secondary school kids to and from for 3 weeks. They've got 3 weeks. They've got 3 weeks off. So yeah, bit of a holiday. I've got plenty of other things I've got to get done. So yeah, we'll see how we go in this 3 weeks or whatever. Oh, the first week I'll be able to be here, but there might be other days where I'm actually got to go and do some other jobs, so I might not be on, but I'll notify you. But Darren, if you want to put a link to that video for that,
Yeah.
not Dark, what was it? Titan,
Dark
Dark
Titan.
Titan.
Yeah. It's a free. I can only assume it must have been an older version, but it's a free one. And he's done a more up to date one, but it's a paid. Yeah.
But there would be a link though in his video, so we'll go from there.
Yeah. No, I'll try. As soon as I find that,
Yeah, that's all right. Don't get too fussed, and I'll look at some of the other ones too. As I said, it's early days, but I do believe that the strategy is sound in that getting a prop firm and an EA to work at a prop firm that gives you just minimal profits out of it. Nothing crazy. We're talking, maybe 1.5% or something out of it to feed then into your own personal EA stuff that you're doing, and then do your own personal trading. I'm not going to stop doing this because it's still,
Yeah, absolutely.
And thank you very much for both of you being here and stuff, and that's all working together for all of our benefit. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
That's right.
All right then, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Take it
See ya.
easy. We'll see you
All right.
later.
Take
Ciao.
care.
See ya. Bye.
Bye.